The following podcast contains mature subject matter, adult themes, and may also contain profanity. You have been warned.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to The Absurd, podcast of all things absurd. My name is Rudd, and I am here with my uber charming co-host, Mel.
Well, hi.
That's Mel.
It is Mel.
How are you today, Mel?
I'm hot.
It is hot, isn't it?
It's hot.
Yeah. See, it's kind of hot in here because we can't have the air conditioning on because the microphones pick it up.
Yeah.
Which is really annoying.
It is annoying.
Because we're hot.
It's
Can't even
true.
have a little fan on because of
No.
the stupid microphone.
No, that's true.
But we need the microphones.
But we have cold beverages. So
We do have cold beverages.
That'll help.
Sorry, we just paused it there because there were fire trucks going by.
Many of them.
Many of them. But yeah, as Mel said, we have cold beverages.
Yeah.
And by that we mean beer. I laid us out a little bit of a snack spread too.
Yes, you did.
Got some St. Albert's white cheese curds, some brie, some pepperoni, some Triscuits, rice crackers, and carrots.
I know.
Carrots
On like an
and-
old style fast food takeout
Yeah,
tray.
I might have boosted that from Burger King at one time.
I love it.
You know,
That's great. That should be our next post. It's just a picture of the fast food tray.
maybe there will be
Yeah.
of the snacks that are not left. Hang on. So yeah, we got the whole fixins for the day.
Yeah,
Snacks,
gourmet
beer.
style over here.
It is kind of semi-gourmet style. So you had a good weekend? You said you didn't do a whole lot other than clean out your basement.
Yeah, so I really shouldn't say I didn't do anything because I did.
Well, that's something for sure.
Yeah, and I thought, with it being as hot as it has been, that working in the basement was probably my best option.
Yeah.
Kept me cool. I got a lot done down there.
Like, it's hot again today.
Yeah, it is.
Yesterday wasn't so bad, was it? I don't really
No,
remember.
it was pretty bad.
Was it?
It was pretty bad.
Because I know today with humidity it's 37.
Gross.
And I think it's supposed to be that this week again too. So
Great.
yeah, I'm not down with it.
No.
But
When I was leaving home, the kids were just going out on the trampoline, and we have a sprinkler attached to it.
to the trampoline?
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
that is pretty cool.
We just take a generic hose, and I got an attachment for it from the dollar store of all places, and it just extends the end like this long, and then it's got the sprinkler that kind of comes out over top.
Sorry, I had to pause again there because I was going to sneeze, and I think I'm sure actually Melina was hoping it would be a sneeze and a cough at the same time.
Yes, yeah.
No, sorry.
If you feel that coming on, give me some sort of notice so I can at least get the camera out.
Oh yeah, for sure I will. So that's cool. So a sprinkler on the. So can you land on the sprinkler on the trampoline? Like, wouldn't
It's
that
just
hurt?
so our trampoline has like the big safety net for the kids,
Yeah.
so we just have it hooked over the top.
Oh, so it's from above.
Yeah,
That's
so it like sprays down on them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you get hot and cool at the same time.
that's right.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good thinking, really.
yeah. The kids love it.
Well, I'm sure they do.
I mean, I probably would too.
I would. But trampolines. Well, I want a big one.
Yeah, we have a big one.
Like big because I'm an adult,
Yeah.
and even for an adult, I'm fairly big.
Yeah.
And I don't want, hey, you're at the emergency. What happened to you? Oh, I was jumping on a trampoline. Because they're going to go, are you an idiot? And I'd be forced to say, well, yeah, I guess I am.
It's fun. I go out there a
Oh,
lot.
I know.
It's exhausting too.
I know.
It's exhausting.
I have a friend of mine, she had a trampoline, but she buried it. Like, she dug a hole in the ground.
Oh, yeah. Smart.
And set the trampoline right in it.
Yeah.
But then it's right beside her pool.
Ah,
Yeah, it's sweet.
that's cool.
So you can go off the trampoline and into the pool, which still has a certain element of danger. Like if you screw
for
it up,
sure. Yeah.
but that's on you.
Yeah.
It's not kids doing it. It's an adult thing.
No. Yeah. So
You know?
no injuries would ever happen there.
Well, they would, but you'd feel less sorry, right? Because
Right.
you went on of your own volition or whatever.
Thinking that you could do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've. I wanted to thank somebody.
Oh, yes.
If I may.
Yeah.
I wanted to thank one of our most faithful listeners and followers, one Scott Mitchell, who has shared our posts. Even he sent me a couple of reviews, all of which were constructive, which we love.
Yes.
But they were also very flattering, which we really love.
Yes.
You know.
Absolutely.
So yeah, thank you very much, Scott.
Yay, Scott.
And I need to do a correction. I went out for dinner last night with a friend of mine named Catherine. She is a nurse. And I'm not entirely sure which episode it was. I think it might have been the Lies Hollywood Told Me one. But in there I made a mistake. I referred to antibiotics being used against viruses, even though I know that isn't true. They're used against bacteria.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Way to go, Rod.
Yeah, whatever. We all screw up, don't we?
Nah.
Nah. Anywho,
Yeah.
you have a story for us.
Yeah, we can talk about some stuff.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I love talking.
So this one, it's not really, well, it's news, but, you know, not a funny news article. But it's common facts that are actually false.
I love it.
So there's a bunch of them. We'll see how many we get through. First one is about the dark side of the moon. With all due respect to Pink Floyd, there is no dark side of the moon. It's a phrase mistakenly used by people when they mean to say far side of the moon, explains NASA instructor Robert Frost. Since the moon is lined up with the Earth, it always presents the same face. The opposite side, while unseen from Earth, nevertheless receives sunlight over the course of the lunar day.
Right.
So there you go.
I do love that album.
Do you?
Dark Side of the Moon. I love Pink Floyd.
Do you?
One of my absolute favorite bands.
Wow. Look at that.
Look at that. Don't humor me.
The next one is about the praying mantis. So tales of the female praying mantis devouring the male's head after mating have cemented her ultimate femme fatale status.
Ooh.
But the truth is much more nuanced. Sexual cannibalism occurs less than a third of the time, usually when the female is starving.
That's fair. Yeah, okay.
I'm doing it. I'm getting real hungry.
Oh, Christ.
Field studies have also shown that the male will sometimes eat the female.
Oh.
And that the female can eat the male's head before or during mating and continue on to successfully copulate.
Not necrophilia.
Well, I
I'm
guess.
glad I'm not a praying mantis.
Yeah, can you imagine?
No.
Like,
Not even a little. No.
I mean, I might have wanted to do that sometimes, but
Right.
no.
You didn't.
No,
Did you?
I didn't. Not that I can remember.
Well, you probably remember.
Yeah.
All right.
I might have it in a scrapbook somewhere.
Interesting.
Next one is about Washington's wooden teeth.
Yes.
The notion that George Washington's teeth are carved from wood may have emerged from the fact that they looked like wooden teeth when they were just, in fact, dirty.
Yeah.
Probably mostly from port wine. Being sour, it takes off all the polish of your teeth. So he had dentures. As it turns out, these dentures were made of a troubling mix of gold, ivory, lead, animal, and human teeth.
Ugh.
The latter were sold by enslaved persons likely under duress, foreshadowing the modern-day black market in transplant organs.
Wow. Whoa. So you're saying that somebody else lost their teeth so that Georgie boy could have teeth?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that sucks.
Isn't it?
And you know, like, I wonder, like, back then, so that's what, like 1770s, like, they obviously didn't have toothpaste.
Right.
Did they have toothbrushes then?
I don't know.
Me neither. I'm going to ask my dentist next time.
Yeah. You think he'll know?
Well, maybe. But it would suck back then, because, I mean, if you had a bad tooth, you either lived with it
Yeah.
or it was coming out.
Right.
And if it got infected, you were probably dying.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Wow. Yeah.
Silly George.
Silly George.
No, I don't know.
The next story is about dropping pennies from a really high height
Cool.
and how it could like potentially kill somebody.
Yeah.
So the idea that a penny dropped from the height of, say, the CN Tower could kill a pedestrian has been passed down through generations. In a vacuum, Pennies or even a piece of paper can be deadly from such a height. But back here on Earth, air resistance prevents a penny from gaining enough speed to burst, enough speed to even bruise skin.
Really?
Yeah. Something less prone to air resistance like a ballpoint pen could. However, that could be lethal. But
right.
not a penny.
What about like a piano?
It's... This isn't like Bugs Bunny or something. What was the one that used to throw pianos out? Who am I thinking of?
I don't know, but I like it.
Wile E. Coyote? The coyote ones, probably?
No, but I think there's one where like Sylvester moves a piano up. Yeah, there is. He moves a grand piano up the steps under the guise of Tweety. Yeah, I don't remember how it ends. Probably not well.
They always bounce right back up, though.
Apparently.
Run away.
God, I love those cartoons.
The next one I got is about chameleon.
Yes.
Chameleons. Contrary to popular... Oh, God.
Hate that song. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Yeah, well,
My
thanks
apologies.
for that. Contrary to popular belief, chameleons can't change their color to blend seamlessly into any backdrop. Most species are born color matched to their natural environments for protective reasons. They can lighten or darken their skin to enhance the effect, but showier color changes are more often meant to make them stand out in order to attract mates or to communicate aggression or submission. Some timid males may even change color to avoid confrontation by impersonating females.
Why not?
Why not? You're going to do that next time?
Well,
Next time you're intimidated?
I don't know that I can just do it like on the dime like that, you know.
You should try sometime.
Well, I don't know how I would. I know I can't change colors. I've never tried. I don't really know how I would even go about it. That's interesting.
That'd be pretty
like
cool.
I knew
though.
they couldn't like become like rainbow colored or something.
Right.
But yeah, in truth, I never gave it much thought.
No.
But
No, I thought that was
that's
kind of
cool.
neat, though.
No, agreed.
Because I actually didn't really know that. So,
Yeah.
anyways.
All right.
So I got two more.
All right, I'll bring them.
So I have sugar in the gas tank.
Oh.
Dumping a bag of sugar in your enemy's gas tank has long been considered a cheap and effective way to ruin that person's day. But it turns out that instead of turning the gasoline into simple syrup and gumming up the works with hard candy, as popularity imagined, the sugar would just clog the filter, at worst. The reason? Sugar doesn't dissolve in gasoline.
Uh-huh. So it would still
Clog the
block
filter.
up
It would still
the fuel line.
Cause some trouble, but it wouldn't, turn it all into syrupy,
Right.
seeping out of the gas tank kind
That's
of thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've also heard too, and you just made me think about this, and I don't know if it in fact is true, but they say that if you have like a hole in your gas tank, like it all of a sudden happens, if you break an egg into the gas tank, it will create a seal over top of that hole because the force of drawing the fuel out will draw the egg down to the hole, where it will then cover the hole. Unless we're talking like it's a foot long or the hole, but
Right.
I don't know if it's true. Just for the record, Cadbury cream eggs will not work. God, I love those
Love
things.
Cadbury cream
Remember
eggs.
how we explained the other week why we always talk about food? Well, yeah,
Guess what?
it happens again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you got one more there?
Yeah.
Sweet.
This one is about being weightless. Like, I would like to be weightless.
No, you wouldn't.
Well, no, probably not.
See our earlier episode
Yeah.
about pooping on the moon. You don't want to be
Yes.
weightless.
No. Sci-fi movies have given audience the impression that astronauts in space can nudge massive objects with a flick of a finger.
Right.
But it overlooks one essential fact. Weight is not the same as mass. In low-gravity environments, Newton's law of motion are laid bare. A boulder in microgravity might weigh next to nothing, but its mass still requires the same force to set in motion and to make it stop. Astronauts are trained on how to brace themselves and apply steady pressure to slowly accelerate massive objects.
Well, yeah, because, it's... imagine, if you will, for a second, being in water where you can't put your feet on the bottom.
Right.
and you have to push something quite heavy through the water, you can't really get much force on it because you've got nothing to push off against.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And the same would be true here. I mean, you would still have strength, and you would still be able to exert force, but it'd be so different.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And that's one of those things I've never actually thought about until I read that. I'm like, oh yeah, because you see it on shows and stuff like that where they are pushing things around in space, and they make it look so easy, but chances are it's probably not.
Be.
Like in Star Trek when they throw boulders at each other and stuff.
Do they throw boulders at each other in space? I've watched pretty much every Star Trek.
I've watched like none, so there you go.
you will be brought to school. That's cool. I always like. It's like the episode we did about lies Hollywood told me.
Right.
It's good to have things debunked. Not for the sake of debunking, but for the sake of like going, okay, I was wrong. Mm-hmm. I did not know that. I assume that. It's this might sound silly, but locally for the most of my life, I assumed that you can't be charged with a noise complaint until it's 11 o'clock, till it's 11 p.m.
Yes.
Right? Then after that, you can be busted. It's rubbish. It's not true. Not here. Like, particularly in the city that's next door to us, Kitchener, it's 24/7. So if someone's being unduly noisy, you can call them. They can get busted anytime, which is how it should be. Why could you get to an asshole before 11?
Yeah.
I mean, by law or whatever would come out and go, yeah, dude, they're mowing their lawn. It's 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
Right?
But I do think a lot of it, too, noise complaints are after 11. Because you think of, like, the place in Elmira that has concerts and stuff outside.
Yeah.
They have, like, it's hard stop at 11.
And it's true for even big shows.
Yeah.
Like what's called Budweiser Stage in Toronto.
Yeah.
It's the same. Those shows are almost always done at 11.
Yeah.
Or by 11 for that reason.
I've called someone before for noise complaint.
Have you?
Yeah.
Did the bylaw come out or police or anything?
It's a whole big story. But yeah, they did come out.
Yeah.
And so what it was they had an ultrasonic rabbit deterrent.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was constant. Like every 10 seconds, you just hear this high pitch. They may not have heard it because they were older. And, your hearing changes as you age. And that pitch, they may not have heard it because they said that they don't hear it. Well, dude, I work from home. My window would be open and I could hear this all the time. It drove the kids nuts.
Sorry, what was the sound like? Wow, that is annoying. No, just kidding. They moved though, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah,
they were not happy about it.
Oh, boo-hoo.
And I was like, well, you know what? All you had to do was have a conversation with us, and they didn't. So.
Do you think my neighbor's kids would like that? Because kids can hear higher noises than adults.
Yeah. Yeah, my kids did not like it. Like they never wanted to play in the backyard because it was annoying. So.
To be readdressed later. Sorry, my mind wandered there.
Did it?
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
All right.
That was good. I like
anyway,
that.
Yeah.
No, thank you. That was I love that kind of information. I've got one from the medical world.
Okay.
Of sorts.
All right.
Do you remember the Bionic woman?
Yes.
Lindsay Wagner?
Uh-huh.
And before that was $6 Million Man.
Right.
And they were both bionic. Do you remember Bionic Woman had a bionic dog too, a bionic German Shepherd?
Yes, yeah.
Really? I remember bringing that to somebody. They're like, what the hell are you talking about? Mm-hmm. I don't remember the dog's name. But it was awesome. But the reason I asked that, they refer to this young, she's a teenager now, but they call her the Bionic Girl because she doesn't feel pain or hunger. And they discovered this about the pain after she was dragged down the road by a car and simply walked away. So a young
Wow.
girl who was dubbed Bionic after she was hit and dragged by a car but calmly got up and walked off afterwards has a genetic condition so unique she may be the only person in the world with the symptoms. Olivia Farnsworth, who was just 7 years old during the accident, is now a teenager and is still leaving doctors baffled. She feels no pain, barely eats or sleeps, and has no sense of danger, thanks to her rare condition known as chromosome 6 deletion. Her mom, Nikki, says she realized her daughter was different from a young age when, as a baby, Olivia didn't cry or grow any hair. She later became a fussy eater and ate nothing but butter sandwiches for a year because her lack of hunger meant threats that if she didn't eat healthy food, she would get nothing were rendered meaningless.
Oh, God.
She didn't. He was like, if you don't eat that, you're not getting anything. She'd be like,
oh, well.
Oh, no. Speaking of the moment the full extent of Olivia's uniqueness was revealed, Nikki said she got run over and dragged down the street by a car and she didn't complain. She was dragged about 10 car lengths down the road. It was horrendous. I don't think it's something I will ever get over. I was screaming, and all my other children were screaming as she ran out. But Olivia was just like, what's going on? She just got up and started walking back to me.
Oh, my goodness.
The hospital said she's bionic because of the impact. She should have had severe injuries. But despite the horrific incident leaving Olivia with tire marks on her chest and no skin on her hip, doctors who gave her CT scans and x-rays realized there was no other injuries. They credited the miraculous survival to the fact Olivia didn't tense up upon the impact. And apparently that makes a hell of a lot of difference in injuries.
Mm-hmm. They say that about being drunk, right? Because you're a little more loose and you're not...
Yeah, or being asleep in a car accident.
Mm-hmm.
To look at Olivia, you don't know anything's wrong with her. I want people to know and to stop judging. Nikki, who wants to raise awareness of the condition, added, she'll be the first to share her sweets with you. She's got the best personality. She's just crazy, but in a good way. Everybody laughs because she's so wild and extreme. She says, let's jump off here, and all the other children are like, that's way too high. The family is supported by chromosome disorder support group Unique. Chief Executive Dr. Beverly Cyril said Olivia was the only case that they had heard of in the world. She added, there may not be anybody out there the same as Olivia. Like, and it's weird how in the story it said, it's kind of a blessing. But I don't know, man, is it?
I don't know. Like, I think of the one about not feeling pain.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you know if you're really hurt?
Well, that's just it.
Right? Like if you have internal bleeding, but you don't feel anything, well...
Well, we feel pain as a defense, as a protection.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't put your hand in the fire. You'll burn it.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to do it more than once to learn as a kid. You're not doing that again.
She could win a lot of Guinness World Records.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Right?
But it doesn't make her superhuman.
No.
Like, she can still be hurt. Mm-hmm. She just doesn't feel the pain.
Right, yeah.
And what am I being reminded of? I saw something about this. Maybe it was another episode of House. I don't know. But the downsides of it, of not feeling any pain, will be bad. And same with not being hungry. Mm-hmm. She needs food.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She's still a human female.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it's fantastic. And it's so this is from missing that one chromosome. Weird, eh?
Which one did you do?
Chromosome 6.
6.
I have next to nothing in knowledge about biology. Nothing beyond a high school level.
Yeah, and I only know that from, my daughter and stuff, because she has...
Yeah, it's chromosomal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she has an addition to
She has an
the
extra
9th.
chromosome?
There's a little, I call it the tail.
Oh.
One of her chromosome strains, or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
At the bottom, it has a little bloop at the end.
Sorry, what kind of noise does it make?
Bloop.
Weird.
Yeah.
Like, so can you hear it? Never mind. Forget it. Yeah, and so that has affected her development. Weird, eh?
Yeah, I know. It's like one little thing.
And terrifying, too.
It is. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's Olivia Farnsworth
Interesting.
from England.
Wow.
But she said, like her mom said, like, she'd be the first to offer you some of her sweets.
Yeah.
I like a kid like that.
I know,
I like
right?
a person who'll give me candy.
I would love candy. You
Yeah,
got a
right.
big bowl of
I
candy
know.
over here.
Well, you did last week.
I know.
Pretty much cleaned me out.
I did not. Shut up.
Do you have anything else for us?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's get down.
Do you want to talk about hippos?
I love hippos.
Oh, they scare me so
Well,
much,
they are
man.
pretty scary.
Oh, they terrify me. Like, yeah.
But you don't see them around here very often.
Well,
Or ever.
no.
For
They
that
aren't in
matter.
Laurel Creek or anything like
That
that.
would be terrifying.
Yikes.
What do
There's
you-
enough scary stuff in that water. But anyways.
What you got to tell us about hippos?
According to a recent study, hippos can briefly become airborne when running at high speeds.
Shit.
Scientists at the Royal Veterinarian College in the UK analyzed footage of hippos running and found that they can lift all 4 feet off the ground at the same time.
So, like, simultaneously.
Yes, that word.
Huh.
Up to 15% of the time.
Really?
Yes, really.
Holy.
This unexpected finding places hippos between elephants and rhinos in terms of their athletic abilities. I wouldn't think of a rhino as athletic, but anyways.
They outrun us.
Well, true. When hippos run at full speed, they use a trotting motion, which involves diagonally opposite legs moving in synchrony. This unique gait allows them to become airborne for short periods of time, typically up to 0.3 seconds. This aerial phase is not characteristic of other large animals like elephants, rhinos, or horses. The researchers believe that hippos' ability to get airborne is due to their unique physiology and biomechanics. As the largest land animals, hippos have powerful muscles and a low center of gravity, which enables them to generate enough force to lift their feet off the ground. So, hippos' ability to get airborne is a remarkable discovery that highlights their impressive athletic abilities. This finding not only sheds light on the biomechanics of hippos, but also demonstrates the importance of continued research into the natural world.
Right.
I like pictures like flying hippos.
Well, it kind of means like a hippo could give you a drop kick, which would suck
Yeah.
completely. I don't know how much they weigh, but it's obviously tons.
Yeah.
Did that say as the world's largest land animal? That can't be right. Surely an elephant is bigger. Isn't it?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know either, but guess what I'm doing after we're done recording?
Yeah, you gonna look it up?
Well, actually, I was going to go to the zoo and weigh them.
You're
but,
gonna, all right.
you're right. Looking it up is a better idea.
It said as the largest land mammals, so
Oh,
maybe
as one of.
Yeah, one of.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so it's,
Yeah,
and they're buggers too, eh? Hippos. Like
they don't mess around,
outside
man.
of mosquitoes, which are the deadliest animal on Earth.
Right.
Well, there is because of malaria. Hippos kill more people every year in Africa than any other animal.
Yeah,
Like they're here to
they're
punish your
vicious.
ass. You know?
They're like even at the zoo. I don't even like looking at them.
Oh, I do. I like to
like,
taunt them.
Do you?
Come on, pretty tough down
Come
there
at
in
me,
your
bro.
little river. Come on, let's see how tough you are up here, hippo boy.
God.
No,
I feel like they could just bust right out of there and come after you.
well, they're foul tempered, I think, for one
Yes,
thing.
they are.
You know, but I would be too if I was chilling underwater and some jokers came along with their cameras and clickety click and be like, go away.
Waiting for me to open my mouth.
I would. So that's apparently when they open, and they can open it a long ass way. Mm-hmm. You know,
Yes, they can.
like they could swallow
Like a
whole
Muppet.
TV. Yeah, like a Muppet. But there's one kind of hippo I really do like. The Canadian house hippo. Do you not know the Canadian house hippo?
I don't know if I do.
Don't you remember that commercial? It was meant to be about don't believe everything you see on commercials. Like advertisers lie, right? Mm-hmm. And it was, remember the old Hinterland Who's Who commercials where they would
Yes.
talk about an animal?
Yes.
Well, it was done like that.
Oh.
It was done like a PSA. And it was talking about it's all on YouTube.
Okay, I've probably seen it, but it's not ringing any bells.
It came out in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
But it was like about how and this little hippo that they come out at night in your house, and they live off like the crumbs from chips and from toast and peanut butter that's been dropped. And then it shows one swimming around the cat's water bowl, and the cat's looking at it, and the hippo goes, like opens its mouth really far to try to intimidate the cat.
Oh my gosh.
People, some of you know what I'm talking about. And the rest of you should look it up. House hippo. It's all you need to know.
All right.
It's awesome.
All right.
That was cool. I did not know that they could do it. So they must be able to truck pretty fast, hippos?
I would assume, yeah. But don't they have like short legs though? Like they don't have very long legs.
No. Well,
is that how they run?
Body. Yeah. What's with all the noises today?
I don't know.
Weird, dude. Weird.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So that was cool. You reminded me though with the hippos. Have you watched the new Jumanji movies?
I don't think so. No.
They're good.
Yeah.
I'm down with them.
Okay.
They're worth watching.
Isn't The Rock in one of them?
He is. He's he's in both of them.
Is he?
Yeah. Okay. And what's his name? What's Kevin? No, not Kevin.
Kevin Hart?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And Jack Black.
Okay.
And Karen Gillan. Ooh.
I don't know who that is.
Karen Gillan.
I don't know who that is.
She's in Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, too. Yeah.
I'd have to see.
Huh?
I'd have to look her up.
Look her up. Beautiful Scottish ginger woman. And she was also in Doctor
Who. What was that noise?
I don't know. What was that? Beaver, raccoon, or something. So yeah, I do have one more story. Thanks for asking, even though you didn't.
I didn't.
I know.
You're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, I am gonna. I just read this yesterday.
Okay.
And it's quite astounding, really. Have you ever been to Montreal?
Yes, I have.
Me too. Did you ever go swimming in the St. Lawrence?
I did not.
Me neither. For lots of reasons.
No, thank you.
One, I don't know if they still do, but Montreal used to pump their sewage untreated right into the river.
Delicious.
Yeah. Okay.
Good for the hair.
I guess. But anyways, this happened not right in the St. Lawrence, but it happened in a little lake just off the St. Lawrence.
Okay.
8-year-old boy pulled from water covered in blood after being bit at a Montreal beach. So a film and TV editor from California watched his Montreal vacation turn into a monster horror film to an emergency responder hero movie before his eyes. That's some good editorializing right there. So his son Max was attacked by a creature in the water while at a beach at Montreal's Parc Jean Drapeau on June 26. Max wound up screaming on the dock, covered in blood. Jeez. It was a little bit like the first scene in Jaws, said the boy's father, George, who's from his home in L.A. That's Los Angeles. He explained that he was playing hide-and-seek with his son Max on the Aquazilla inflatable play structure, which sounds awesome, at Jean d'Or Beach, when his son began to yell out in pain. He was in the water next to the raft and just instantly started screaming, kicking, thrashing around. A lifeguard immediately pulled Max from the water by his life vest, put him on the dock, and the father ran over to his son. There was blood gushing out of his leg in multiple places, said his dad. He had been attacked by a fish, we believe. What was weird was that as soon as he got out of the water, he still was screaming and thrashing. That's when something in my parental brain clicked, and I ran over and saw that there was blood all over the place. The working theory is that a muskellunge or muskie fish bit Max and then cut him while he was thrashing around from the attack.
Oh, gosh.
A muskie is a long, large fish with sharp teeth and scaly cheeks and gill covers. The father has spoken to several people who are knowledgeable about fish and feel the bite marks they match the fish, which is native to the St. Lawrence River and lots of lakes in Canada. If true, it would be a super rare occurrence, as muskies rarely bite humans. But Muskies Canada Montreal chapter president Nicolas Perrier feels the breed is the culprit. He said the injury is consistent with it. It has the marks of a muskie, where you can see the snout has some teeth.
Snout.
I like that word.
Wow.
So the snout part on the knee and I guess what you can maybe call the canine lines, the side of the jaw on both sides. That's not a snapping turtle, because that's what they might have thought it was, right?
Right. Oh, God.
Perrier said the fish may have gotten into the man-made landlocked lake during a flood. Perrier estimates that the Muskokie that bit Max would be more than a meter long and over 25 years old. It's probably a very large reproducing female, he said. We'd love to see her back in the St. Lawrence. After the attack, fast-acting lifeguards put Max in a boat, took him to shore, and treated the wounds. They were very fast, and I'm super appreciative for how well they handled the situation at the park, his father said. I was really impressed by the team. He was then transported to the Montreal Children's Hospital, where he was given stitches and checked out by an infectious disease specialist. He said they treated it like any other dog bite, open wound that would require cleanouts. He's not allowed to go back into the water because his wounds are not fully closed up. Things are sort of coming back together. But the ordeal is not something either father or son will ever forget.
My goodness. Have you looked up this fish?
I know it, because I used to do a fair bit of fishing, and I've seen them.
Holy.
Oh, yeah, they get
the
pretty big.
teeth on that thing.
Yeah, dude.
I had to look it up because I didn't know what it was. And
Yeah.
It's a big fish.
It is indeed.
But it's not like them to attack, though.
No.
That's weird.
Like, I do know, I think it was a muskie. Back in the Second World War, a young man, I think it was in the States, like northern, like Wisconsin or Minnesota or something, was swimming, and he had, like, what they call dog tags.
Yeah.
Was wearing them, but I think he had them on his wrist. Some sort of wrist ID that was metallic. It shined, and the muskie went after it, thinking it was a fish, and tore up. He actually bled to death.
Jeez.
Which, I mean, not because the fish kept going at him.
Right,
just,
right.
Very unlucky.
Right.
So, yeah, the muskie's not going to go, dinner.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, that boy, he's only 8, but he's way bigger than a muskie.
Yeah.
Right? So muskie's not taking that on. It was just bad luck.
Wow.
You know? But yeah, scary much.
Yeah. I'm never going in the water again.
Yeah, you will. You go in the bloody ocean, for God's sakes. That's way scarier.
I don't.
You do.
He's
talking about going fishing on the ocean.
Yeah, but I'm not in it.
Well, you're on it.
I'm on it, but I'm not getting
thing.
in it. Are you kidding me? I'd die of a heart attack if I fell in.
Would you?
Yeah, probably. As soon
Good
as
thing
something
you're going dragon boating out there.
I know.
Yeah.
As soon as something touches my leg, I'm out. Well, dragon boat's not on the ocean though. It's on a lake.
Cowards. So yeah,
the ocean's very unpredictable, so I'm okay with that.
It is true. It is true. I love it, and I'm terrified of the ocean.
Same.
So yeah, that's it
Samesies.
for stories for today. You got anything else story-wise?
That's it for today.
You got anything you want to tell our people?
Yeah, all right. If you want, but you should, follow us on Facebook.
Totally.
At The Absurd.
I did.
Look for the picture of the woman with the paper bag over her head. That's us.
That's one of us.
No, that's us. We're also on Instagram at _absurd_podcast. You can check us out there. And if you'd like to contact us with any of your own absurd stories, or just want to say hey, you can DM us or email us at absurdthepodcast@gmail.com. But you can find us on all the major streaming platforms. Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify,
Amazon Music,
YouTube.
And my favorite.
What's your favorite?
Deezer.
I've
never
used
used
like
it,
saying
but
it.
I just like the name. Yeah. I think it's awesome. Yeah, drop us a line. We don't necessarily mean like that you had to have had something absurd happen to you, although I think we all have. But if you come across a news story that you think would be interesting, and you think like to share with other people, absolutely send it to us. Send us an email.
Yeah.
Or if you got a good recipe, God, I'm always up for a good recipe.
Right?
Damn. Yeah, or you just want to say hi.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Drop us a line. So thanks again, everyone. Thanks for stopping by and listening.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
And we're gonna go
we
have
like
some
having
snacks.
you guys here.
Yeah,
we're
we
gonna
do.
more snacks?
I think we should have more snacks.
Okay.
Who doesn't
I'm
love
down.
more snacks?
I'm down.
All right, everyone. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Bye.
Bye.
Absurd podcast is written, produced, and recorded by Rod and Mel. Music by Audionautics.com.